So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway. Set to return, here's Raheem Mostert. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
I got you.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Garoppolo on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Garoppolo again. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. J.J. Watt able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That good for 19 and a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Garoppolo. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Garoppolo, the tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Now a first down throw, Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Well, let's take a step away from this game for a second. Talk about teams that are undefeated through 2 weeks in the NFL season. Miami, Denver, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay. How about those surprises all being 2-0 right now?
Yeah, the Jaguars, the Chiefs, and the Rams are all 2-0. Not a major surprise. You're exactly right because they have one common characteristic, those teams you mentioned, Miami, Denver, Cincinnati, and Tampa. None of them made the playoffs last year. And what's the one thing we do know about the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before will not make them 2 years in a row. So these teams could be some of the early replacements in the playoff race for 2018.
And one more stat, 62% of teams that start 2-0 make the playoffs. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Flush to his right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A very solid gain of 27. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the red zone now, Watson dumps it complete to Miller. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one and another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Watson looks to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins as the first half is winding down. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, Garoppolo buying time to his left. Now he'll go deep down the middle. But that's caught at the 25. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Gold is able to put it through. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big-time play there for the Texans. 41 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll run it again with Miller. They find some open field here. Space to run past the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans are in for 6. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Mostert now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. J.J. Watt in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 4 yards on the pickup. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He dumps off to Morris. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Whitney Merciless in there to make the play. It'll be a loss of 14, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now out comes Houston. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep for Hopkins. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off here, the 32.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo, and that's incomplete.
Well, CD, switching gears for a second, you know, there's been a special teams issue so far in the NFL this season, especially you look at week 2 through Sunday's games. There were 19 missed extra points and field goals combined between all the kickers in the league.
And if you look at Minnesota and Cleveland, that's where the spotlight really focuses, because Minnesota, rookie kicker Daniel Carlson, they spent a 5th-round pick on him, supposed to solve their kicking issues. He missed 3 in Green Bay, including a couple potential game winners. And Cleveland with Zane Gonzalez, I believe he left 11 points on the board, or I should say off the board, with missed extra points and field goals in their loss to New Orleans.
So maybe some kickers that aren't seeing time now aren't even on a team that might be popping up on rosters soon.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Williams. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd.
Oh, pardon me. That play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Garoppolo now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, McKinnell, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. steps away to his left. Throw left side caught by Goodwin. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Garoppolo. Got to have this one. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
There he goes again. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Again, it's Miller. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.